Hey, my name's Craig. I run Saturn Street Studio here in Melbourne. About 2 years ago, I started this channel to create backing tracks for my students. Some of those went really well, like this one here you might know, but I found I wasn't really that motivated to keep writing them. I was doing 3 a week and it kind of drained me. So I took a whole year off. I did a completely creative musical project. You can find that here. But just recently, I've had an idea that I think is going to be really good for everyone and their guitar playing. I'm a guitar teacher and I watch a lot of videos on YouTube of other guitar teachers. This is to kind of do research and get my own ideas for lessons, but I also just want to be on top of current trends and current things, so I have it in my arsenal to show students. And something I notice about lots of these online guitar tutorials and these YouTube creators and these content creators, they're great players, they're great teachers, they're great educators, but the one thing that they miss a lot of the time is like the entry-level point to some of the language that they use. So as guitarists, sometimes we fall into a trap of learning tab and not to read notes. And I'm not going to make you learn to read notes, but I want to start to bring some more theory and understanding into our playing. I've come up with this idea. It's a series. I don't know how I want to teach it online yet, but I just figured I'd get started. I'm going to call it the Guitar Dictionary, and basically I want you to use it like a dictionary where you can watch an episode, you can learn a word. That word on its own means absolutely not much. It's only when it's in conjunction to a lot of other words where it slowly starts to build sentences and paragraphs, and you can create some really interesting things with music. So at times, the lessons could come across as a little bit dry, or you might get to the end and be like, huh? But it's all building blocks for using your musical language and being able to see your theory on the guitar. And if you can see your theory on the guitar, whenever you take a lesson from anyone, whenever you watch a lick on YouTube, whenever you look at another guitarist, you'll have more of an understanding of what they're doing, why it works, and how you can incorporate that into your own playing, if you even want to incorporate that. This first lesson I'm going to give you today is going to be the building blocks of the language that we're going to use to explain and talk about our theory. So we're going to use numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're going to relate to a very certain set of sounds or intervals. So if you know your major scale, all good. If not, here it is. Starts on the 8th fret of the E string. So that's C, and we're going to play through it. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I'm not expecting us to learn notes. We're just going to call them numbers. We're going to call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. I'll do that again without the singing. And so all of these numbers are our major intervals or our perfect intervals. For example, our major second would be from our 1 to our 2. So 1 to 2. It sounds like the start of Happy Birthday no matter where I play it. I'll play it somewhere else, so it's just 2 frets away. I'll play it from the 3rd fret of the E string. It's our major second. So if you ever hear me say it's a major second away, it's just up 2 frets, or it's a major second down, it's just down 2 frets. All of these intervals, they've got different sounds to them, and some of these sounds we'll like, some of them we won't like. For example, here is the major 7 sound, so that's going from the 1st note of the major scale to the 7th note. So from the 8th fret on the E string to the 9th fret on the D string. I'll play through the scale to get there. So that's our major 7. No matter where I play that, that is a major 7. If I played the 3rd fret on the E string, we take the same shape. So it's 1 fret up, 2 strings across. So 3rd fret on the E string to the 4th fret on the D string. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7. To me, this sound gives me like a sense of wonder or excitement or adventure. It reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think the song's Pure Imagination. It's like a pure imagination. Something along those lines. Just creates this almost fantasy feeling. There's other intervals as well. Let's do the major third. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. To me, that's just a happy sound. It's the building block of our major chord. It's also the start of O When the Saints. So O When the Saints. Again, we can move that little shape there. We can move that anywhere on the guitar. It's always a major third. And when we talk about these ones, they're going to be related to whatever we're talking about at that time. So for example, if I'm talking about this note as my 1, which is the 4th fret of the E string, the G sharp or the A flat, we can call it either, I'm relating it all back to that note at this point in time. So our 1 to our 5, let's play the major scale. 1, 5. You might notice that there, I'll use different fingers, looks like a certain chord that you probably learned when you learn AC/DC or the Ramones. It's a power chord. Our power chord, our 5 chord, it's got that punk feeling or that rock feeling. We can move that anywhere and it'll be a 1 to a 5. So the language that I'm using is just these numbers so I can explain where things are from certain notes. I'm going to take it one step further and play through 2 octaves of that major scale. I won't sing it though. I'm going to go to the middle one. So that 1 there. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to play 1 to 3. It's got that same feeling as the other 1 to 3, the happy one. We're going to flatten the third. All of a sudden it's a very different sound. So 1 to flat 3. And to me, it's got a very rock or blues sound. You might recognize it as something that we improvise with our minor pentatonic. So 1, 1, flat 3, 1. Not bending it because I don't want to introduce that yet. But it's got that very improvisational rock sound blues. And that 1 flat 3 is going to pop up as potentially our most common interval as well that we use on the guitar. All of this being said, it's not going to change your playing overnight, but we want to build this language that we can draw from. So when it comes to explaining things on the guitar, you have a much better grasp of what's happening. So your practice is going to be this. And from there, right, what we're trying to do is we're trying to really ingrain where those numbers are. We want to remember that 1 to 5 or 1 to 6. We just want to know these shapes from the E string for now because it's going to help us understand more later. If we do a guitar lick and I say, let's play, hey, 1, 1, flat 3, 4, flat 3, 1. All of a sudden you know what to do because you know the shape of 1, 1, flat 3, 4, flat 3, 1. You could move that elsewhere. Let's say, let's play 1, 5, 4, 3. 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1, 3, 4, 3. All of a sudden we're explaining songs just with numbers. It's not tab. It means you can play any song in any key. It's a way to further our understanding on the guitar. There'll be more lessons. This is just that very base building block. There'll be a link below. There'll be a Google Drive folder with the intervals on the guitar. I don't expect you to remember them all at once. I don't expect this to turn your playing into shredding like Steve Vai. I don't expect your feel to end up being like BB King or Rory Gallagher. All this is doing is giving us that first word that we can then build upon to create better sentences on the guitar. Let me know if you like this style of lesson. It's very different to anything that you probably see on YouTube. I hope it'll give you a bit more value because of you can take it away and incorporate it into other lessons, and it's going to just be the first building block of what we go on with here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Shoot me a message if you get stuck on anything, or shoot me a message on anything you want me to cover, and I'll try to work it into the course, but at an order that makes sense. Thanks everyone. See ya.